All right, let's talk about something pretty much every single software team does. But, not everyone has really figured out how to do it well. I'm talking about the code review. It's this process that can either make your team and your product way better, or it can cause some serious tension. So let's break down how to get it right. Okay, let's just get this out of the way, because this is the classic question, right? You're thinking, look, my tests all pass. The code actually works. So why are we adding this extra step? It can honestly feel like it's just slowing everything down. But what if I told you that this one practice, this single activity, is one of the most powerful tools a team has to improve not just their code, but their entire way of working together? So at its heart, what even is a code review? Well, the best way to think about it is like proofreading. I mean, even the most amazing author in the world needs an editor, someone to catch a small typo or a sentence that just doesn't quite land right. A code review? It's the exact same idea. It's that collaborative quality check that makes sure our final product, the code base, is as clean, healthy, and solid as it can possibly be. Now let's start with the most important part of this whole thing, the why. Because I promise you, once you really truly get the motivation behind it, code review stops feeling like a chore, and it starts feeling like a superpower for your team. I mean, the benefits here are just huge. Obviously, number one, you're improving the quality of the code. But if you look deeper, it's so much more than that. It's this incredible knowledge-sharing tool. You've got junior devs learning new patterns from seniors, and hey, the seniors get a fresh perspective on their own habits. You're building consistency across the entire code base, which makes it easier for everyone to work on later. It's a win-win-win. But there is one benefit, a financial one, that completely changes the game. 100 times. Seriously, let that number sink in for a second. This comes from some classic research by IBM, and it is staggering. They found that fixing a bug after it's already out in the wild can cost up to 100 times more than fixing it right here during development. And it makes sense when you think about it, right? A bug in production means support tickets, angry users, maybe an emergency patch. It could even mean data loss and a huge hit to your reputation. A bug caught in a code review? That's just a conversation. That number alone should make taking code reviews seriously a top priority. So, the why is crystal clear. But the what? Well, that's where things can get a little tricky. We've all seen them, right? Those reviews that seem to do more harm than good. So let's dissect the anatomy of a review that actually builds quality instead of just tearing down morale. You can really see the two paths a review can take here. On the one side, you've got that rushed, personal, and vague feedback that just creates friction. You know the kind, a simple LGTM with no real thought, or a comment that just says, "this is wrong," with zero context. But on the other side, you have feedback that's thorough, it's objective, and most importantly, it's constructive. It's focused on the code, not the person who wrote it, and it's all about building something better together. And really, the crucial difference is all in how you phrase your feedback. Just look at this example. Instead of bluntly saying, "your approach is totally wrong," this comment frames it as a potential issue and, key part here, opens up a discussion. It's saying, "hey, I see what you did, but what if we looked at it from this other angle together?" This is the language of collaboration, not criticism. And believe me, it makes all the difference in the world. All right, so the theory is great, but let's get practical. How do we actually do this stuff? This next section is all about the how. A simple, straightforward action plan you can use to make your very next review better. Okay, first up, and this is a big one, keep it small. Seriously, no one can properly review a pull request that has thousands of lines of code changes. It's just not going to happen. Next, always explain your why. Don't just say change this, explain the reasoning behind it, so it becomes a teaching moment. A checklist is also your best friend. Does it have tests? Is the error handling solid? And finally, and this is so important, know when to let go. You have to balance that quest for absolute perfection with the need to make progress. Don't block a good change over a tiny, insignificant style preference. This right here might be the most important concept in this entire explainer. We tend to think of coding as this solitary thing we do at our desks, but building software, that's a team sport. And code reviews are where that team dynamic is really put to the test. They're a direct reflection of your team's ability to communicate, to trust each other, and to learn together. And making that social part of it a positive experience, well, that all comes down to mindset. If you're the one who wrote the code, it's about being humble, seeing feedback as a gift, not as an attack. If you're the reviewer, it's all about being kind, phrasing your suggestions constructively. And for absolutely everyone involved, the golden rule, the most important rule, is to always, always assume positive intent. Your teammate isn't trying to tear you down. You're both on the same side, working towards the same goal, making the product better. Okay, so we've covered a lot. We've talked about the why, the what, and the how. If you only remember one thing from all of this, what should it be? Let's boil it all down to its core. That's it. It's really that simple. The process of review, of collaboration, of just getting a second set of eyes on your work, that is what elevates good code into great, reliable, and maintainable code. It's not some optional step you skip when you're busy. It's a core habit that truly defines high-performing engineering teams. So I'll leave you with this little challenge. What is one small thing you'll do differently in your very next code review, whether you're the one giving it or the one receiving it? Because sometimes that one small change can make all the difference. Thanks for watching.